Hey guys, this is Lilith Evernight. I just decided to go into nature today and to just do a quick pick a card reading on what you needed to hear, what you didn't want to hear, but what you need to hear. It doesn't have to be necessarily like anything where you just don't want to hear the truth, more just on what you just need to hear, like in a way where you probably thought you couldn't hear these messages for yourself. I have two piles. Okay, so sorry for the weirdness of this angle. This is a weird angle right now, so I'm gonna try to move it a little closer to the cards. Yeah, sorry, the ducks are a little loud today. Nature is really speaking to me. So anyway, this is deck one right here. And then here's deck two. So you get to pick between deck one and deck two, and you really meditate on which one draws to you, deck one or deck two, and really reflect on whatever issues that you feel whatever deck is going to give you that answer. And this is a general reading, so this is meant for the people who synchronistically were meant to read this or hear this message. So these are just random vlogs as well. Not random vlogs, but I am just studying a lot to be a better reader, with all of my many different oracle cards, because I really have a passion for this. So I would love to give those readings who are interested in watching my videos. So yeah, so deck number one is where we're going to start, and this is what you didn't want to hear and what you need to hear. So hold on. Okay, hold on for a second. So, deck number one, what you needed to hear and what you didn't want to hear. What you didn't expect to hear. Okay, this is the Knight of Wands reversed. So, maybe there's an imbalance. Maybe, I see someone on a horse that could represent you, it could represent someone in your life. And then I see someone holding like a pitch. I don't know what that is called. So it's like like it has a fire. He's holding fire, and fire also represents courage, spirituality, and quickness and courage. Um, so maybe I don't know if there was a lacking of courage. Let me just pull out all the cards. It'll probably make a little bit more sense to me. So here we go. And then we have, so maybe there was an imbalance with something that you wanted to chase, something that you wanted to chase, something that you wanted to go for. And this is an imbalance with that. Maybe you've been feeling like you weren't good enough, or you haven't been that confident, you haven't been that courageous on something, or maybe you have, and maybe there has been an imbalance in that. So maybe um, there's other people, maybe competitive people, who want to hold that victory. But, I feel that, you can also, there's enough, for giving. You don't always have to take. No, and then there's also, giving and taking. I see a woman who's smoking something in her pipe, and she's around all of these ravens. I know ravens also represent magic. They represent rebirth. They represent that darker side of life. But they know when it's time to they know when it's time to be in the daylight, and they know when, even though they represent darkness, they don't roam in the night. They have a very orderly way, and they also are very smart, and they know who has um, done them wrong. They know who has done them wrong, and they remember those people that were good to them. So I really feel that maybe you have to really recognize the people who are really good to you and are doing you right, and the people who have done you wrong, and who are you giving all your time to, and who's taking from you. So I think that is a time for you to pay attention. And also ravens, they're messengers. So if you look around in nature, nature is always speaking to us, and, spirit, God, goddess, Lord, lady, whatever you may believe in spiritually, um, there is a consciousness out there that is alive in nature, and, they definitely, the birds, and are very smart, so I wouldn't underestimate them, so maybe I don't know if you've been feeling underestimated. This seems like a wise woman who clearly knows what she's doing. She has a green thumb. She has this scarecrow right here, but clearly it's not scaring the crows. So instead of like having enemies and trying to use scare tactics or whatever it may be negative, learn to give and take. That may be the message. And also, here we go. And then there's tangibility. Make your dreams real. So maybe you've been having, I don't know, maybe some battles. Maybe you've been having some insecurities. And I feel that, let's see what else I can get. Because this is a really beautiful card right here. What time is it? Okay. So this is a really beautiful card right here. This is a woman with her face is covered and there's roses on her. She has a white rose on her face. White represents purity, and I know it's like, I just get the Virgo energy. I don't know if someone's a Virgo. Let's see. But I also see, like, I don't know what kind of bird that is, but it kind of reminds me of a dove. So I just get like that pure energy, like maybe get into who you really were, get into your true nature, the purest version of yourself. Um, everything that you had your mind in the clouds, like when you had your heads in the clouds, maybe you might be a realistic person. Maybe you were taught to be more practical. Maybe you were taught to not really believe in yourself, and you may have your heads in the clouds, but I really feel like, this is for you to follow your passions here. So, because, wands is also fire, the fire element, and fire also represents passion. So I don't know if there's a lack of passion or someone is in the way, but I do see growth, and I see someone, maybe you need to look with your third eye. You need to look with your first eye. You need to look with that wisdom, and really have some sight, and really have a hunt for what you are pursuing. Like, I feel like really, because crows, ravens, they're like predators as well. They go and, they can eat fruits, they can eat vegetables, they can do that, but they love to, eat, I'm pretty sure live things too. So they also have a dark side. But ravens, even though they have a dark side, they also have a side to them that's very sweet and loving, and maybe you need to have that energy of giving and taking, because what you give is what you get. And it's not a time for you to be selfish. It's not a time for anyone around you to be selfish and taking from you. It may be a relationship, it just may be friends, it may be people who may not look like they have their best interests. Maybe you have done things to try to scare people away or push people away, and you see that these things still come back to you. And instead of just fighting it, have this energy of being a grower. Grow with whatever is beneficial for you. Pay attention to who's good, who's there for you, who's loyal to you, who's giving back to you as much as you're giving back to them. Don't be selfish to the people that are doing good for you, doing good to you, being good, being good to you, and I think this also goes hand in hand, because when you make your dreams real, like sometimes you have to, in order to make them real, you have to be a giving person. You have to not be like a selfish person, to always, want to live the dream life. But what are you giving back? Like, what are you giving back to this world? Why do you deserve it? And are you giving yourself the knowledge? Are you really putting the effort to sow your seeds and grow them and really nurture them? Because I feel like you have the potential to do that, because this person who is growing these things in her garden clearly knows what she's doing, clearly has a lot of age-old wisdom, clearly has the knowledge to really be patient to grow these things. And maybe that's what you need to hear. So anyway, let's kind of get a little faster. I don't want to be awkward now. Hopefully you guys can hear me, because I know there's a lot of animals, a lot of birds. I'm in nature. So let's see. What time is it? Okay, I'm going to be a little faster. Knight of Wands, reversed. Don't believe everything you hear. Beware of impatience and the white lies of others. Stand firm in your convictions, but know when to swallow your pride. See, that's what I was just talking about. Like, maybe it's an ego thing. Maybe it's like this whole competition thing, your pride. Don't let pride or competition or anything egotistical. Be humble, and also make sure who's real. Like, acknowledge the ones who you know in your heart. In your intuition, you know who's the real ones, a real one to you. So really, pay attention to that, and be giving, and let those people be given to you. Let them, let them help you. They will give back to you too. Not everything has to be gloomy just because you want to judge something as scary or dark or evil. Like, that's not true. Ravens are not dark, scary, evil beings. They're just as sweet as, any other pet, if you actually, give them the time, and I think that just applies with energy, just anything that's in your life that that you shouldn't be judgmental with. And maybe that's with people that you probably haven't really given chances to, and may be more beneficial to you than the people that are being two-faced. So, let's see. Give and take. Give and take. I'm not gonna try to take too long in here. So, Ada Crab is the Wildwood Coven senior gardener, renowned for her direct manner and toughness. She sows her seeds, understanding that some of them won't bear fruit. Okay, so look at your own crop. Is there enough to provide that all you need is there harm losing a handful here and there? Is it a genuine need that makes you battle for every crumb, or just the obsession of control? Give and take is Ada's motto, which applies to you right now. It should apply to you right now. Understand that you get what you give. So, understand abundance, understand to sow your seeds, understand that you don't have to be selfish, don't have the mindset of lack, and just feeling like if you don't have it, nobody else can have it, because you might not get it again. And that's not how I feel the universe works. The universe likes to surprise you, especially if you are sowing your seeds and you are really putting that effort into making it real for yourself, making those dreams real for yourself. But, don't let competition or competitive spirits or shady people get in the way of, what is really true for you. So, yeah, that is for you, deck number 1. And I would just say, stay humble and really do what you love here. And, if you have haters, or if you just have people that seem like they're your friend one minute, stay away from that energy. When your third eye opens, because there's one rose over her eye, and then she has a black little thing over her eye, her eyeglasses. So it's like one eye right here. So, when you open your third eye, they say that your life is going to be different, and your friends may change because they're not on the same vibration. So if you are awakening to who you truly are. You may not be fit for those people that are, maybe on the same journey. Not everybody can come with you. Sometimes that's just what happens. So I'm going to do deck number 2 for those who chose this. This is what you didn't want to hear, but you needed to hear. So I'm going to be real fast. Let's just pull them all out. This is perfect acceptance right here. So accept yourself for who you are. Accept your beauty. Accept your beauty. I get it. And then there's something over her eye. And then there's these thorns right here. Thorns, what are thorns for? They're there to protect the, the rose bushes, or to, the rose protects itself so that, it won't, maybe die or get harmed in any way. So I feel like thorns represent, that form of protection for those who try to grasp you away. So maybe someone is, you know, grabbing, taking away your integrity, or something that is, a part of you that, or I don't know, let's see. Or maybe something did get taken away, or you just have to have some acceptance in life that um, there's just some things that hurt, when you touch it. It hurts when you grab at a rose. It's beautiful, but then it pricks you and then you bleed. But if you can accept that roses have thorns, then you have nothing to cry about. I mean, that's just how nature is. Nature can be a little harsh, it can be a little sweet. So, standing tall, maybe that's what you need to be. Maybe you need to have that balance to protect yourself as that beautiful rose, and not let something just take advantage of your beauty. And just accept whatever beauty you do have, and don't be insecure about that. You don't have to cover your face. So anyway, this is standing tall. Like, I just think of like automatic confidence, standing tall in whatever situation you may be going through. I see dragons here. I see a woman looking out into the window. Seems like she has a lot on her mind. Um, so maybe you've been having a lot on your mind. Maybe you've been thinking about something. Maybe something's been on your mind. But whatever that thing is on your mind, you need to stand tall and just accept it for what it is, and know that you yourself have the ability to protect yourself in whatever battles or issues you may be going through. And let's see what else. So this is 3 of Wands reversed. So I just automatically think of like studying, writing. I don't know if you have a passion for something that has to do with writing, or you have a lack of passion for studying right now, or there's just something that you need to, I feel, inform yourself about. You need to educate yourself about. And so I'm going to get deeper into that. So I'm going to go with the perfect acceptance card and see what else I can get out of that. Okay, the girl of Samadhi is not distracted by the sharp thorns nor the beauty of the flowers and the pearls of life as they cluster around her. She is tranquil and deeply merged with the essence of oneness and acceptance. This teaches you that when you give up being a perfectionist, life is suddenly perfect. And I really do believe that. When you let go, you start to see how everything that, things were falling apart. You felt like when you let go of the things that were falling apart, you see how things grow, and you can be able to stand tall and have wisdom, and know that you have guidance and you have strength within you. But I really feel like, oh, look, there's an owl right there. Synchronicity. I love that, my totem animal. So yeah, an owl represents wisdom, seeing beyond the veil. It's psychic vision. So yeah, maybe that was a message for you too. Maybe owl was a message for you as well. So, you know, maybe you need to be a more wiser you need to really use your wisdom. Maybe you're a really wise person, you're a really smart person, but you know, if things are meant to fall apart, let them fall apart so that you can see what is there for you. For what is meant for you is meant for you, and either way, sometimes things may seem gloomy, but you need to stand tall and really see it in a different perspective. Don't always look at it in your perspective, and really seek the guidance from others that may be trying to show you the light at the end of the tunnel. So maybe really go out in nature and really know, like, if you really go out in nature, you'll realize how much you are not alone. So let's see what else I can get here. So it means stop struggling, stay focused, and don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated by the know-it-alls. Ask questions and take time to clearly define what you want. So I really feel like, you know, this is a perfect message. Like, all these cards make sense if you really think about it. You know, like standing tall, don't let people act like a know-it-all. Don't let people insult your intelligence. I feel like you're probably one of those really wise people that may think outside the box, and you may have a very intelligent, unique perspective, but that's not because it's just dumb. It's because people don't understand it. You know, people don't understand the way you may think. You may see what's in the dark. Not every, you know, people, there's a phrase that, like, people are blinded in the dark only until they see the light. But you are one of those people that are probably able to see in the light, and you have excellent vision in the dark as well. And not a lot of people have that gift. But, you know, because you can think differently, you can also be attacked by people who want to make you be repressed in that mind, in who you truly are. So I feel like you have to stand up for yourself in that way and really embrace your intelligence. And whatever you're going through, use that gift and really walk through that door knowing that you can have confidence, and knowing that you're guided. You're not alone. And I really feel like this with this right here, this dragon, this little cute little animal right here. I don't know what it's called, but yeah. Let me see what else I can get before I end this video. Because it's getting kind of dark. So I am trying to see. So it says this is the Wildwood deck. This is not the Wildwood deck. This is Raven's Wand's Oracle deck. Oh, there's like a hawk right there, and there's like two ravens right there. They're like, you know, playing around with each other as they were flying. I don't know if that was an owl, but it looked like it was a hawk. But either way, you know, hawks are still very powerful meanings as well. But as Wildwood Coven's mother, Valonia Galvas watches over her witches from treetop abode as she has over 50 years. She's proud of all of them, although she is their chief. She regards herself she regards herself as there to serve them. She is mindful of their needs and finds her own spirit lifted when she lifts theirs. In a way, goodness begets goodness, and Valonia's example ensures that Wildwood remains a bastion of healing and love. So maybe you were one of those people that maybe you felt like you have to get some things in order. Maybe you are the head of the household, or maybe you're just a really mature person and you feel like you're out of control in certain things, or maybe your knowledge is being tested. Maybe you feel like you're being tested. And I feel like, you know, sometimes when you are being tested, that should show you that, you know, how strong you are. Clearly, you know, not everybody goes through those levels in life to see, it's like an initiation sometimes. When you get tested, you get like initiated in the spiritual realm because, when you gain certain knowledge and wisdom, um, sometimes the spirits can test you, I think. But, I think sometimes you could see that as a compliment, instead of seeing that as an insult, because it shows how special you are, how amazing you are as a spiritual being having a human experience. So that is for deck number 2. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe, like, share, and comment. I know this was a quick reading, but I wanted to be out in nature and show you guys how beautiful it was as well. So, yeah, thanks.